Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Lynn and I'm Pretty Papercrafts 67, and today I am doing my second design team project for July for WhichCraftDoYouDo. And today I am using a couple of different kits, but primarily I am using this kit which is relatively new, and it is called Vintage People Set Number 1. This is a mega kit. It is amazing. 126 pages. And it is basically a paper doll kit, fussy cut kit, but in a myriad of colours. There are so many colours in this kit. It is amazing. So I'll run through the kit with you first, and then we'll get on to the project. So there's a couple of different variations in the kit. There are, I think you get six different pages per colour, and you get the opportunity of having borderless or a fine border on your prints, on your paper dolls. So fussy cutting is much easier. So there is a bit of a border on these ones to fussy cut, or there's also an option for borderless. But yeah, I haven't printed everything because I ran out of cardstock. But I've just printed some just to show you the different colours throughout. So you've got your black and white. Then you have this gorgeous teal blue colour. And again, as you'll see, they're different images in the sheets. So, but each image you will receive everything in one colour as you go through. So you get this beautiful tealy colour, then you get like the olive green, and this time the images are much smaller. So they're versatile for so many projects. So you get your olive green, then you get this gorgeous like antique pink colour, just beautiful. Beautiful like magenta pink colour, purple, and then like an emerald green colour, another blue, like a sepia tone. And then you also get this variety of images as well. So again, this one I haven't been able to print all the colours because, as I said, I run out of cardstock. But so you've got your black and white, then you have it in this beautiful sapphire blue colour. So you get in this selection, you get the smaller images, then you get that size, which is a really nice size, but then you also get them in a bigger size as well. So they're just beautiful. And then the greens, and then it just goes along with all the colours in the same varieties again. So a really lovely kit to work with. I was inspired to buy the kit. Nat, one of the other girls from the design team, is also working with this kit for this month and I think next month, and I watched her video and I thought, you know, I will get so much use out of this. So that is the kit that I'm working with today, but I'm also teaming it up with the Vintage Papers set number 4. And again, the ladies have really thought ahead in their planning, and this kit here again has all that myriad of colour, so it just works really well with all the colours in this Vintage People kit. So yeah, the sky's the limit for ideas, but everything just matches together beautifully. Now, what I want to say before I get into the project is that the ladies at WhichCraftDoYouDo have generously given us girls from the design team a discount code, a coupon code for our subscribers. So the coupon code will give you 15% off of any digital kit, both in the WhichCraftDoYouDo online store and their Etsy store. So, pardon me, I will link that code down below in the description box. I'm going to use a few different pieces, different bits and pieces from different kits today, but it really is worthwhile jumping over and having a look at what is on offer in the WhichCraftDoYouDo digital section, but both their online website store and their Etsy store. But I will link all of those down below. So that's wonderful, and thank you so much, ladies, for offering up that 15%. All right, so what I have done for my project this time is I've just made a little book, just a little junk journal. I've used some corrugated cardboard because moving and I have so much of it. So I've used some corrugated cardboard for my covers, and we'll just go through it together. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. It's very early here this morning and I haven't completely woken up. So for my cover, I have used, now let me just grab it. I've used this image here, but in the smaller size. And I have just teamed it up with lots of layers of cheesecloth, and there's some coffee stain crochet doily. I've got some curtain material, the beautiful image of the lady, and then behind here I've just used a whole lot of elements from different kits. There's I think it is the I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think it's the June freebie, and then there's bits and dates and things from the vintage bits and pieces. I've used a button from the Fancy Buttons collection that is available over at WhichCraftDoYouDo. So I've just done a whole heap of layering just to give it some really nice texture, and I've done just messy machine stitching around everything. I have coffee stained some Indian handmade watercolor paper, and I've just made this little book. On the inside cover, I've just again covered it with the vintage papers and done a little bit of collage here and there. But I've taken the paper dolls and I've just created a little embellishment on the pages throughout the journal. So I've used again elements from the identification cards, which was the July freebie, and I've just put a little bit of ephemera in the pockets. So again, I've just layered up with cheesecloth and a button, some machine stitching, a little bit of lace in behind her. And then I've left the second page, or the in-between pages, just blank. I've machine stitched around all of them. So there's plenty of journaling spots available still. This one here is, let me find it for you. It'll be in a different colour. But this is this image, the wedding image. And isn't that lovely? Again, I've just popped a postcard behind there. And I've just layered with, I had some purple, I've got some purple lace. And just some cheesecloth again. And just elements from, the date is from the vintage bits and pieces. And this one here, Best Day Ever, is from the Layered Embellishing Mega Kit. So that one's just a little tuck spot in behind there. And again, I've left a blank page there. And then I've just done this lady. Now, where is she? Let me show you her. I'm just got to, oh, there she is, but in blue. So this image here, this is this lady. And again, I've just layered up a whole heap of elements, vintage bits and pieces. And again, some more elements from one of the freebie kits. I think it's the June freebie. I've taken a piece of seam binding and I've just tied it around her waist as a little bow. And I just wanted to have some pink cheesecloth. So I just basically hand dyed some cheesecloth in some food colouring just to bring in the pinks. And again, just made that a little tuck spot with just a couple of WhichCraft cut aparts I've just popped in there. So that's that one. And then again, we've got a plain page, and I've just tied it in with some coffee stain string, just to hold everything together. This one here, I've just taken 3 of the images. Now I've just got to find where they are and I can show you. So I've taken, let me look, taken this little one here, this little girl here, and I've taken this little girl here and this one here. And I've just grouped them together, put a little set of butterfly wings behind her, and again, just taken elements from different bits and pieces, different kits, and just created like a little pocket on this one here. But aren't they sweet? All just gathered together there like a little family of sisters. And then another plain page, and this is my last decorated page where again I've taken, let me find her for you, there she is, this image here, and I've just created again another little butterfly girl. I've cut butterflies from the Specimen Slides kit and just made a little side tuck pocket. Used a philosophy tag from Tim Holtz, and again a bit of cheesecloth and a really rough little side tuck pocket there, and just popped a little bit of ephemera in there from different things that I've been working on over the past few weeks. And then the back cover, I've used the corrugated, I've put down the vintage papers, and I've just made them very, very old looking. So I've really, really enjoyed making this little book, and I've used all the ladies in this one. So I thought we might go ahead, I wouldn't mind doing one with all the gentlemen. So today we will work on the covers, because I haven't got the paper or anything ready yet to put the book together. But the covers, yeah, we'll get a head start on those. So I've just worked a little bit in advance, and I've gotten some elements ready. So I'll pop you to the side. Now, just because we've moved and I have that many cardboard boxes, I just thought I would start to utilise some of them. Pardon me. So I've cut these first sheets. These are a little smaller, but about a 6 by 6 inch by 6 inch square. And then the second one here, I think that's, yeah, 5 inches square. So this is, I'm just going to raise up the topper as I have done in this one. This is a secondary piece here raised up from the cover. But first of all, what we're going to do is I'm going to use some of the pages from the vintage paper pack, and I'm just going to cover my covers with the papers. So yeah, I've just printed just a few of these pages in some of the various colours. So the greens, bit of sepia tone, and then you've got a couple of pink variations there. So let's just get on and we will do some of these. So I'm really just roughly going to just line it up like that and just rip it. I don't care if it's not completely you know, fitting to the cover. I don't mind that, because I don't mind if some of the corrugated cardboard shows. I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to do this around about here. So that's number 1, and I'm going to do the same for this one here. And if we're lucky, oh, it's a little bit short, so we can use that for the inside cover. So I'm going to grab this one here. No rhyme nor reason, just grabbing. And again, I'm just going to level that up and just rip it down with my ruler. These papers are just brilliant. They're all collaged receipts, vintage receipts and advertisements and things like that, and I use them all the time. And again, this one here is another massive kit, the vintage papers. And then I'm going to do the same. I might be able to come back and use these for yeah, look at that. That works really well. So I'm just again going to rip that down the side here. About like that, and I'll just take a tiny touch more off the bottom edge here. Alright, so that's our 3 pages so far. I'm only doing the fronts of the covers at the moment. We will come back in and do the insides later. So now what I want to do is just basically grab my glue, and I'm just going to stick these papers down onto my corrugated. Now with my cardboard, I have taken one of the sides, ripped one of the, so you know, corrugated cardboard, you have flat sides like that with the sort of honeycomb in between. So I've just ripped off that front section just to expose that corrugate, and I've kept it quite rough. So I am just simply going to put down my glue on all of these, and we will stick them all together. And how is everybody today? This week has just gone so fast. I've had that many plans to do things, and I've just run out of days. So yeah, another week that's zipped on by. But I hope everyone has had a really nice week. Alright, so that's our first one, and I'm just going to just stick that straight down over the top and give that a good opportunity to dry while I do the other ones. And we'll do this one next. Oh, dearie me. I don't really have much news to tell you. I'm still without a car, so I'm still kind of housebound at this moment, which I don't mind, but there is a difference with having a car and not going out, or not having a car at all, and there's always something that you need. But that will see me going out tomorrow, Saturday. Got to find some sort of, there's not a lot down here in the way of in Beenleigh, in the way of office works or that sort of thing, so I'm going to have to try and find an office works close by, wherever that might be, to here, and go and get myself some new cardstock. And we're just going to do the same with this little topper piece here. So yeah, I'm still finding my way around. I found the post office, so that's really important. And there's a few little $2 cheap shops around, which come in handy as well for bits and pieces. And I know where the supermarkets are now, so I've got quite a choice here. There's Coles and Woolies and Aldi, so there's a good choice of shopping centres, or grocery shops, I should say. So yeah, we're getting there. It's starting to feel a bit more like home. Alright, so I'm going to pop that down there. Now what I want to do is I want to make them look a bit weathered and old. So I'm going to, where the corrugate is, I'm just going to use my bone folder, and I'm going to just press that in like that to make it look corrugated itself. Just going down each corrugation of that cardboard. The tops will turn back a bit, but that's okay because I will do machine stitching all around the edge. So I don't know if you can see the corrugate, the patterning, but the more you work it, the more it does kind of sit in line there in the corrugate. So I'm going to do that on each one. All the way down. Just weathers it a bit, I think, makes it look a bit older. Just that sort of thing. And then I'm just going to do the same to my next little topper. This is where I'm going to be placing my focal piece for the cover. So you won't see a lot of these, but I know that they're there, so that's good. All right. Okay, so basically that's going to be the front, that's going to be the back, and then we will have this one here as the top. But what I want to do, I just want to weather these. So I'm just going to take my ink pad and I'm basically just going to go along it like that. Making some areas darker than lighter, just to give it that really weathered look. And then of course I'll come back around and I'll ink all around the edges, and so with the machine, as I said. Just like that sort of thing. And I'll do the same with this one. All right. Okay, so we've got our front cover, our back cover. Now again, I will come in and I will use my scraps and do some sort of collaging work on these inside covers. But anyway, we'll just pop these, or we'll pop the two covers to the side for the moment. And this is the focal piece that we're going to be working on. So I have worked ahead of time, as I've said, and I've picked this gentleman image here because I just think he's lovely. And I think these two could make a nice pair of journals. So what I've also chosen, I've got, oh, now let me think. I think some of these are from the Layered Embellishment Mega Kit, and others are from Freebie kits. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm using so much of bits and pieces that I can't quite remember, but I will list everything below of all the things I use. So I've just got bits and pieces of all sorts of things here. I've got some Tim Holtz stencil cards. I've just cut a piece of that out. I've got some cheesecloth, some coffee stained crochet, a doily, some coffee stained string, some rust dyed napkin, and I've also got this beautiful tissue paper from the ladies at WhichCraftDoYouDo. So we will use a bit of what we think. So I'll put him away for now. So really, I'm going to use a strip of the tissue paper, and I'm just basically doing some collage. So we could put something like that there. Now a bit of this rust dyed napkin, which never wants to tear well. Just as well, I've got heaps and heaps of that. I just want to get some of the darker colours in there. So, and this is just really nice for texture. I think I've put some gold paint on that one as well. So just that kind of thing. And then I'm just going to cut some cheesecloth because I think cheesecloth works with everything. Cut a nice big piece like that. And yeah, I'm just layering everything together. So that's basically my background. I've got these bits here that we may use somewhere. And then this is just a cutout from a WhichCraft paper pack that I just thought worked really nicely with the style. And this one here, I'm thinking I might sort of like put that kind of thing like that. And bring in our gentleman so he can kind of go over the top. This one here, I'm going to poke him behind just to really, really layer it right up. Don't know if I'll need that one. And then we've got the number. So, yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. So we'll just go and put it all together. Really, really simple, easy project. Okay, so, and as I said, I've just used some really messy machine stitching just around all my embellishments. And once all the glue has dried, then I will sew around the edges of all of my corrugated cardboard. So I'm just going to put a little number there. And I'll just take him off, and I'm just going to start working back with the layers again. And again, just gluing them all down. So we'll just pop some glue on the top of here, and I'm not even trying to have it all completely stuck down because I like that whole lifting up sort of areas. And we'll put some more glue down here. And pop that one there. Now, our cheesecloth, we're just going to lay that down like that. So I don't want a lot of glue because I don't want it to seep through on this side, but then it won't really matter anyway because we're going to be popping things over the top of it. So just a little bit of glue just to anchor it in place. Now we've got this one here. I just like the pocket watch. I thought that was nice and it made for a nice background. That kind of thing. So we will put that one down first. Just going to put that one about there. And we've got, I just really love these, they're a Tim Holtz stencil. They're like a cardboard. And I've used them as a stencil, but now I'm just going to use them as a bit of collage. So I'm just going to run a bit of glue just down that center, like that. And just put that sort of to the side. Like that type of thing. And then our gentleman will come in like there. And then this clock face, which I've just cut out the centers of the clock face. And I'm going to pop that one in behind there like that. So very steampunky. Which, I don't know, I used my style, my creative sort of inspiration is changing. I used to be very sort of shabby chic, florally, lacy kind of work. And then I've sort of dabbled in a lot of botanicals, mushrooms, things like that. But now I really aspire to the whole Tim Holtz style. I really just love it. The vintage people and all the steampunk sort of style, grungy vintage sort of style. So I think that's why I just love so many of WhichCraftDoYouDo digitals. I'm so proud and happy to be one of the design team girls because a lot of those printables can lend themselves really nicely to that whole steampunk vintagey style. So there you go. That's as simple as it is. Now you could put, what have I got? I've got these gorgeous metal stars. So we could put one of those on there. sort of up there or down over here. And then I've also got these tiles, which I don't know. I do tend to forget that I have these, so I'm going to have to use those a lot more. You could set a nice eyelet in there. What have I got? A black eyelet. Oh, would you believe this? My husband asked me if he could borrow my crocodile to punch a hole into some thick plastic. Like we have a dog, and where the situation that we've moved into, this duplex situation, we don't actually have a front door that faces the street. We don't have street access, so you have to walk in behind a gate to get to our front door. So because we have a dog and he does go a bit crazy sometimes, we've just put a beware of the dog sign there, and it's that thick plastic. So my husband wanted to punch some holes in there in the plastic so that he could hang it from the gate. And I said, yep, no worries. And I wasn't really paying attention. But my sweet husband decided, instead of using the punch to punch the holes, he used the eyelet setter. And he has completely mangled my eyelet setter. I cannot believe it. And these, I've looked to replace it, and these are not cheap. This is a Stamping Up one that I bought many years ago second hand, but to replace it, I don't even think Stamping Up make these anymore, but you can get the We Are Memory Keepers ones, but they're not cheap. So I have been forced to use this tiny little one, which doesn't always work. But anyway, I just was a little bit cranky that my husband would do that to my most favourite tool. So I might just pop my eyelet up the top here. I just always like a bit of a metal element. And I've got to set it with this real skinny one, which doesn't always work the best. It sort of tends to squash the eyelet. That one worked okay. So we've got a bit of an eyelet there. And I really love that star. So I'm going to put a metal star on there. These are also a Tim Holtz piece, but the lovely ladies sent me a whole lot of Tim Holtz bits and pieces when they sent me that incredible Happy Mail. So I just love having all the option. So there you go. That's as simple as that is. That's the topper done. And then when I get the opportunity to coffee stain some paper and that sort of thing, then I'm going to do similar to what I did before with this one here, where I will decorate each page with one of the male paper dolls. And I've printed and reprinted, so you know there are so many. You've got this lovely man in the pink. Let me just go right through and pick out some male to go with some gentleman figures to go in there. I've got that one. Oh, I'd like him in the blue. And I think I'm going to be putting 10 pages in there, so I need five different images. So let's just have a look. So what's that? That's 1, 2, 2, 4, one more. Let's see. Oh, I'll have to, oh yeah, oh no, that's a little, I don't know if it's a little girl, little boy. There was one of my little, there's a favourite one in here that I just think he's gorgeous. But I may need to cut a different colour. There he is. I just think he's so sweet. So there you go. So that will be my 5 images, but again, I will search to find the different colours. So the lady one, the man one, and then we will use these 5 different images to embellish some pages throughout the journal. So definitely a really, really great kit if you sort of aspire to the paper doll and vintage grunge steampunk sort of thing. So definitely do go over and check out WhichCraftDoYouDo website and the WhichCraftDoYouDo Etsy store, because the 15% off is just amazing, and I will link below that discount code for my subscribers to go over and take advantage of that. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much, ladies at WhichCraftDoYouDo, for your incredible kits, and yeah, I just love it. As I said, I love being a design team girl for WhichCraftDoYouDo. Okay, well, I hope everybody enjoys their Friday today, nearly the weekend, so who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, please stay safe and well. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.